All right, nice 2-on-1 here. Oh, back to the center. Really heavy collar tying and hand fighting. The pace on this match is already higher than either of the first two matches in this this Grand Prix that we saw.
Well, with an 18-year-old thrown
Yes.
in there, it doesn't surprise me a little bit.
Well, we've also seen some more seasoned international level competitors, and
That's true.
These guys have to make their name.
Yep, could not agree more.
And it's always the case when you're at the top. There's always somebody underneath, hungry and ready to scrap it out.
Absolutely. So Grace was our contenders winner. She literally fought her way onto the show.
She is very excited to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fantastic performance.
Fishing for those double unders. Oh, thought we might get a big Uchimata there for a second. Got excited.
A little arm drag attempt there by Jess. Both athletes are fishing for these underhooks here.
Yeah, it looks like they're both looking for the body lock in the double under kind of position. I'd like to see them kind of try and keep the action into center. It's something that we saw a lot with some of the purple belts on the undercard. Controlling the match area is something that comes with time and experience. And it's one of the things that I notice the most as purple belts are coming through events, is they start to be able to control the mat area and they start to be able to control the pace of the match in the center of the mat. Nice underhook.
And that's a great example about what you're talking, Chelsea, which is a great position taken there, but you know, having to release the position to restart in the center.
And every time you do that, you're just bleeding energy.
Yep.
And time.
And time, yeah. That's the other thing, is that time is always a premium in events like this. Especially when you're using wrestling exchanges like this. These ladies are going to be, I would say, really tired by the end of this.
Well, we haven't seen a quick finish yet in this first round of the Grand Prix.
No, that would be my strategy.
Yeah, well, it's always nice, isn't it? Grand Prix or not, for a quick submission. But, yeah, even that, we had a submission in that first round, but
took a while.
It came after, what, in the 7th or 8th minute or something? You know, 6-7 minutes spent on the back trying to get a finish there. That's going to take it out of you.
Really like to see these exchanges happen in the middle of the mat, so we can see them out to their end. Part of it is that instead of going backwards, athletes need to circle so that they can stay in the match area, essentially.
Yeah. Also, it's not good to go backwards and forwards, is it? It's you're kind of asking to be taken down, really.
Eventually, somebody's going to hit a knee tap.
Yeah.
And knock you back.
Just looking up at the time there and looking a little bit frustrated on her face.
I will never dissuade athletes from wrestling, but if your strategy isn't working,
you need to
be able to change it on the fly. If you can't take your opponent down, you need to be dangerous from the ground as well. Because right now these ladies are burning, like I said, tons of energy, only to get through to the second round and maybe fight an opponent that isn't as tired.
Yeah.
And really, no way of separating these two fighters in terms of the scorecards.
No.
As we enter sort of the last
half,
the last half of the first part of the, as we get to the halfway mark of this match.
Arm drag. Good catch on the lat. We'll see if she can drag it back in.
Yeah, that's it. That's what she wants to be doing, is dragging in. But a trip attempt there from Hammond means that she releases it altogether.
So we're halfway into the match now. And like you said, Chelsea, we really need to see these athletes moving on.
If it were up to me at this point, I'd have to give it to Jess because she's the one moving forward consistently.
Mm. Come on. We've got a single leg.
Looks like we have a single leg.
This is the closest we've got to a takedown.
If only they could have these really exciting exchanges in the center of the mat. I would love to see some really exciting wrestling happen.
We need the conveyor belt
Yeah.
map. Come on, Enyo. CGI has the pit, but they've patented that. No one else can use it.
How about like a shark pool?
I have suggested shark pools, although I don't think that will give us more wrestling completions. I think that will give us more deaths via shark bite.
They might stay in the center of the mat, though.
Oh,
Maybe.
Really could have been a good... Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, go on, Vanessa. You were going to give us your opinion on sharks.
It's okay.
Ooh, headbutt.
Or you implement a push-out rule.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, and you know what? This is such a... there we go. There's a guard
choice,
pull.
yeah.
It's not often you see a round of applause,
Yeah.
a whole audience applauding the guard pull there, just a guard sit. But it was a little bit needed at that point.
I think so. Like I said at the start, you have to have alternatives if your plan A doesn't work. Because there's always going to be someone that your plan A does not work on.
Yeah.
Nice heavy passing on top. I like the guard work here. The butterfly hooks coming onto the hips. The feet stepping on the hips is really good. She's a slightly longer athlete, which is great.
Just doing a good job of keeping the knee in there.
Yeah.
However,
Nice.
Grace managed to wrap around quite easily, actually.
Grace is slightly longer than Jess, it looks like,
Yeah.
her legs.
Just trying to step over the legs, but just gives a little bit too much space there for Grace to come in and get her butterfly hooks back in. Pretty solid.
Jess has to be pretty careful. Her butt keeps getting up a little too high, and Grace could threaten the butterfly sweep here and come up in a really heavy position.
Yeah, she's got these really
Double
searching for these
unders
double
too.
unders to get these hands connected. Compared to Grace, you know, she's going to keep opening up these arms of Jess, and it's going to be very, very uncomfortable for her.
Jess is trying to drop into the leg weave. Not a bad choice. It's going to allow her to put some pressure, but now Grace is inverting on that leg, which is good. We might see a submission attempt here, which I think would put Grace ahead in the scores for sure. Nice inversion, really good entry onto the knee bar here. Nice back step. Knee bar's still on though.
Yeah, it's just pretty.
There's real danger
Pretty straight,
here.
yeah. Jess needs to turn. She's not. Is she going to open up the knee?
Yes.
Yeah, she's managed to bend that knee and come up on top.
The thing about 18-year-olds is they think that they can't be broken. They just don't know yet. Because I would be crying from that knee bar.
Yeah. Well, certainly
Nice
tapping.
from yeah.
Jess Hammond firing back with a straight ankle here.
Yeah. And there was a defense on it, so I think that counts as legitimate.
I would say so. Right now, I think you've got to assume Grace is up on the scorecards on that leg entry.
Yeah, and for making the decision to pull,
Yeah, I
honestly.
think
We just had a toe stuck in the rash
Wardrobe
guard.
malfunction.
Yeah.
Moving back to center. Time's burning, so
45 seconds left in this match. It's been a grueling one. And realistically, everything's still to play for.
I don't think anybody's been dominant yet. Well,
Certainly not dominant. And
nice.
Jess falls back for another straight ankle.
Oh my goodness,
it's
a triangle.
Vanessa and I are the most excited we've ever been.
Imagine.
Do you get extra points for triangle attempts?
I think you should.
I think you should too.
I mean, a genuine
It was.
Oh, a toe
submission
hold
attempt
here
here.
from Grace.
Yeah.
Grace fires back, and that even like small decisions like that could be
Yeah.
vital in with this rule set.
I do not
Goodness.
envy those judges.
Yeah.
No,
on that
that's
this
a
is
tough one.
tough.
That's the closest match I think we've had here tonight,
Yeah,
mainly
I
because
agree.
the
Yeah.
first 7 minutes was spent standing with no action really at all.
Well, they were wrestling fine, just not on the mat.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is probably the closest.
I agree.
we
This
had.
is the closest to that we came to a submission.
Yeah.
But it's going to be down to the judges to sort of weigh up how close a submission was versus number of submissions that are a little bit looser.
And whether they got so excited about the triangle.
Yeah, that they
that's a
gave-
big question.
they gave
Well,
like 25
thankfully,
points.
once again, we are not the judges,
But our judges are down there, and we are about to get the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by judges' decision from the blue corner, it's Grace Colley.
Grace Colley.